Hello, everyone. Welcome in to the CCP podcast, and you are watching it now.
What is happening, friends of CCP Podcasting? Welcome to a special live taping of Beyond the Bell right here on Twitch. I am Chris Page. This is going to be a fantastic show. Glad to see so many of you already jumping in early on as we're just getting started for the evening. My guest today, I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time. When I say that this man is the guy who started the Beyond the Bell platform, he was the first guy to say yes. We have followed his career with Riot City for the last 2 years for sure, and backdated a little further. Uh, Great friend of the channel, great friend of the show. Fantastic to have him back in the mix. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Redshaw, the White Rhino, is back on CCP Podcasting. Brother, it is good to see you, man.
It's good to see you, Chris. It's good to be back. I'm glad to be on here. You guys are getting too big for me now, so
No
glad
such
you can
thing.
fit me
No such thing.
in.
No such thing. I tell you, I told everybody that even the like we've expanded. I've got new hosts coming in. I've got we're just making some moves. But I tell everybody, it's like Riot has priority. It has had priority since day one. It will continue to have priorities moving forward. You guys were the first Fed and the first company to really just kind of wrap your arms around what we were trying to do back then. And our relationship has only gotten stronger as we've gone, and it's only going to get stronger as we continue to move forward. I firmly say this, and I say it with a loud chest. Riot, I credit to this platform even fucking existing. Stumbling into that show and watching it back is what gave me the idea of like, well, shit, if this is this good right here, we need to look everywhere else too and find out what's hitting. What are we missing? Because we're missing a lot. And off to the races we've gone. So no, sir, we will never get too big for you and to get too big for Riot. And again, with you specifically, you're the first guy that we ever talked to on a Beyond the Bell. And a little peel behind the curtain. I had hit Redshaw up months ago and was like, "Hey man, I'm only going to shoot 15 episodes of this next season. I want to end season 2 with you." Season 2 never fucking ended. So I had to hit him up, and I was like, "Man, I thought I was doing 20. That's not the case. We just need to see when we can get you on, man." And I'm glad we were able to work it out because there's been so much that's happening, not only with you and the shedding of Redshaw and turning into the White Rhino, and the scene in general in Australia just seems to be getting healthier and healthier. And I definitely am glad to have you back on. I'm sorry if I just boosted you up a little bit, but it's all true.
I appreciate it, and no, I know whole Riot City appreciate it, and even all the guys and girls you've talked to over Australia, appreciating you guys putting in the time and all the way over there in America, putting eyes on us and getting our name out there. So no, we all appreciate it, and we're more than happy to help out, especially me. So it's been great.
Absolutely. We'll go over to the chat. We got No Game Unturned gives you a standing ovation, but although he says the Kansas City Chiefs, some will hate it, but he loves it specifically. So go Mahomes go apparently is the thing. Todrick Ramsey says this is going to be an awesome show. Got UK Paul in the house. Dropping some hellos into you guys. Red Charles doesn't have the chat up, so I will. If you have questions, drop them. I will work them into the conversation as we go. Uh, but I know that these guys are glad to have you back. I'm glad to have you back. I think we need to talk a little bit about the growth in Australia over the last year, brother. It has been something to behold sitting back from on this side of the world and watching everywhere expand, and Riot specifically. it just seems like more shows are happening. It seems like the crowds are getting bigger. From your perspective down there, brother, what's it looking like? What's the growth been like?
Yeah, it's been crazy. We've got, especially at Riot, we've got so many talented rookies coming through at the moment. It's crazy that all of a sudden we've got this crop of young, hungry wrestlers coming through. So that's helped everyone else step their game up as well, because they know that they're biting at their heels, stepping up. So it's been great for Riot City. And then I've been lucky enough to go be involved with a couple other companies around
Hmm.
Australia in the last 6 months or so, and they've got the same thing. They've got so many hungry rookies coming through and pushing for spots. So everyone's stepping up their game, which in turn is bringing up the whole scene across Australia. So it's really great to see. It's really keeping people on their toes, and just making everything better and better. And especially now we got the WWE keep coming back doing tours, and AEW did a tour, and we've had a few Australians featuring on those shows, especially the AEW Ring of Honor stuff. So that's even better for us to get more and more eyes. It's been a great year for Australia so far.
And the eyes definitely need to go there. I've said it since we stumbled into Riot and other companies down there. Stop fucking sleeping on Australia. And you mentioned just a second ago, like some other companies that you've been able to work for along the way over the last several months. ACW, man, you were since we've talked last, you had a run with the ACW Championship. Uh, uh, so that was I got a chance to watch that from a distance, and I got a chance to see a little bit of the character shifting there, and then shifting further. When you got that chance to pick up the strap in ACW again, man, how does how does that happen in your eyes? You know, you come back in and you're the man.
Yeah, no, it was great. Obviously, a great privilege to hold the ACW Championship there again. So, no, I was very honoured to do that. But no, it was a great time there. Love it, loved my time at ACW. It was good fun, and it was a good start for the White Rhino character. Things weren't as a champion, things still weren't going my way, so I was starting to get a bit more aggro, a bit more aggressive, and we started to evolve. But no, it was a good time there, and I was really privileged to have the title run again.
I thought it was great, and then I got to see the match with Down Under, that the program that you guys ran there. I thought was really good work between the two of you. I thought it was fantastic stuff. Anytime I can see you guys succeed, I start cheerleading. I can't help it. It comes with the territory, especially when you know and you understand how sometimes how fickle the wrestling industry can be. So when you find those guys and those girls that embrace you, man, you got to embrace them back. So anytime that I see success, with anybody that's associated with what you guys going on down there, I start doing happy dance. Like with Havoc had the national championship, I think with Wrestle Rampage maybe or
Yeah,
something like that.
yep, yep,
Yeah, like I
yep.
fucking happy danced that motherfucker to just as hard as I could, because again, it's success for you guys, and we get attached and connected to what you guys are doing, and so any movement forward is like yes, and we get an opportunity to watch it and put it out there and put eyes on it. That's an even bigger win. Um, I do have a question
Yeah,
that's come in from chat. I do want to ask you because this is actually kind of where we were going. You just mentioned it about the pivot. The white rhino starts to come out. There's from Todd, or excuse me, from UK Paul. How did that moniker come about, and how did the character shift happen? Was it your idea
yeah.
essentially too?
Yeah, it was definitely my idea to make a change. Felt like it was definitely time to make a change. Felt like I was getting a bit stale and a bit over what I was doing, so wanted to have a bit of a pivot to be a bit more obviously into the heel character and a bit more aggressive. Um, I think just playing around with ideas and names and looking at different stuff, and I think someone sort of mentioned something about a rhino, and And then I just sort of took that name, and then the White Rhinos, they're pretty they by themselves a lot and stuff like that, and there's not many of them. They're pretty endangered species. I think the last one just died not long ago or something like that. So always had that bit of a last of my kind sort of chip about me. So yeah, just thought that's a good name to put on me and build it from there.
John, God bless John Cable. He has been on hiatus for most of 2025. He'll be back shortly. When you shifted your moniker to the White Rhino, and I never had an opportunity to even just ask you, hey, what was the moniker about? He called it. Literally what you just said. It was like he's like, I think I get it. I think it's because it's an endangered thing, and when you're if you're thinking in professional wrestling terms, if you're endangered, you're more unpredictable. You're gonna be more violent and more malicious, and like it just nailed it. And I thought that this side of you was going to be really cool to see when it happened, and I'm glad that it kind of has, uh, because I love the aggressive streak. I dig how I hate to keep dropping f bombs. I love the no fucks given approach with the White Rhino character because you're getting more jacked, you're more built, like you look like you are going to run someone over, and you will. So it fits. And as you're transitioning into the White Rhino, did you have any struggles with it, or was it just something that like, all right, this just you said it's just something that needed to happen? Uh, when you got the go ahead to do it wherever, did you embrace it, or was there any struggles to try and figure out what this is going to be?
Yeah, no, there's definitely some struggles, and it's still a work in progress. I still haven't hit exactly where I want to be just yet, but that's just due to a lot of other things. But yeah, no, it was definitely a bit of a struggle at first. Turning on AMT didn't get the reaction that we thought it might have. Got a bit more cheers than it did boos, which was surprising. But so that was a bit of a tough little period there. But the transition into the getting out of my old gear into new gear.
Yeah.
Had a couple different play arounds with the gear. Like I've recently just changed it again. So I still haven't found exactly where I want to be with that. So definitely, yeah, has a couple of rough little patches and still trial and error yet, but we're slowly developing where we want to be. So I think I'm finally starting to get what I want. We're just going to put a couple of final pieces together and hopefully get the opportunities in companies to show that off, and then we should be good. But yeah, that was definitely a couple of little tricky periods.
I You talked about the turn on AMT. I was like, man, I almost forgot all about that, and the reaction that it did garner. But wait a minute, because as you said it, I was like, yeah, going back and thinking to that, they did not boo that. They embraced that. We have to figure it out and go back to the drawing board, and you did. And I do think, for our audience, so Redshaw got sidelined with an injury, and has been injured for what, the last 3 months, 4 months, right? It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, I think it's been about 3 months. I've recently just had my first match back a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, it's been about 3 month sort of hiatus. Yeah, unfortunately.
Where did you get the the match back? Where did you return it?
I just had a match at PWSA in
Okay.
Adelaide. Yeah. So had a guy, Charlie D, a Queensland-based wrestler. He ventured to Adelaide, and we had a match there. So it's not the best example of the White Rhino, just because as he was the out of towner, he was the heel for the night. So I faced it up a bit. So it's not the best example of a White Rhino match, but it was a good match anyway. So.
Oh, I mean, it's the first one back after a handful of months off. Like I ain't gonna lie. I typically will shoot you a message to keep up with you a little bit here and a little bit there. over, especially if a month or two goes by. I'm like, hey man, everything okay? I saw that the fucking that you got hurt. Like I was like, man, all right, what happened? Like, wait, what's going on? I'm genuinely concerned at this point. I'm like, no, because everything was starting to click. It seemed like that there was a story that you were getting ready to dive into with INR. Uh, and I truly thought that when that, going back when that happened before the injury, like the match with INR takes place, you get that win. I went, oh, we're about to do something here. We're about to do a lot. Uh, and then you get knocked down. How does that affect you? Or does it affect you? Like I know life fucking happens, and I know when I was in the ring back 20 some odd years ago, I get bummed out, and I was like, man, so I was on the verge of something. It would suck, but I would find a way to persevere through. How did you find the way to persevere through a setback like that, knowing that your character is really starting to click?
Yeah, no, it definitely sucked. Like, we had momentum was traveling in the right direction, and I felt like I was in good, like in some of my best shape, and my work was starting to really hit my strides. That we had Fringe Mania coming up, which I was very excited for, which obviously missed, but yeah, it really sucked. It was a hard couple weeks to get my head around um, what was happening, but I was optimistic, and I was positive that it wasn't going to be as long as I thought it would be. So I kept trying to do everything I could to make sure I could rehab and do everything. And then every time we see the doctor or the physios, and they kept telling me, "Oh, we need longer out, longer out, longer out." It definitely hurt the positivity, but yeah, just found different ways to be involved. Went to the shows, helped give feedback or advice. Did other roles behind the scenes on different stuff like that, helping the show run, and just stayed involved best I can um, to just keep that fire there. And then just coming up with different ideas, getting my gear altered, coming up with stuff that I could do when I'm back. That was really keeping the passion there and keeping me involved. Otherwise, yeah, I would have went crazy if I sort of just stayed away the whole time. But it'd be a hard couple months, but we're out of it now, so we should be all good now.
I love the fact that while even injured, you found ways to contribute. Whether it's going and helping do whatever, anything with the show. I think everybody knows my stance. Everybody's role in professional wrestling is critical, especially on the independent scene. And you can never get enough knowledge or experience in many different roles. I learn as I go every day as a producer of a channel. Like I've never done this shit before. I just started going, and here we are. So to know that you took advantage of that versus just sitting back, that's kind of cool. And trying to figure out different ways to help out and get everything together. And now that you're on the way back, or yeah, on the way back to Riot City, but have already gotten back into the ring, and even though you had to play the babyface role, come on, you're pretty fucking excited about stepping through that curtain.
No, it was good fun. It was good to get back in the ring and get a bit of the rust off and get back into it. Yeah, it was been able to have a few trainings since the injury, but not as much as I like, and got a few things in the way just at the moment. That's going to be a couple more sort of months away from the ring, but once we're back and fully back into it, it's yeah, we should be able to pick up where we left off, hopefully, but even better. So, still putting in the work behind the scenes, and yeah, keeping involved wherever I can, and learning different aspects of the business, and just trying to be a help wherever I can is helping out with everyone.
Well, let me ask you this, because now that you're getting the opportunity to kind of help out behind the scenes, and you're seeing the crop of new talent that is emerging from Riot City Wrestling, who are some of the ones that stand out to you as you're able to maybe take a peek from, on the side and then behind the curtain and your other roles? Who are some of the spotlight trainees that like when they debut, we're gonna be like, oh, here we go. or is there anyone on your radar that looks like this one's got something?
There's a couple. There's a couple that are probably 6 or so months away from debuting, but most of the ones that are sort of on the radar, the ones that have had a couple matches already on the Mean Street ones. We got obviously like Xavier Carter. I was lucky to have his first match, which was really good.
I mean,
Um,
it's good for you.
yeah, it was good for me, but no, he did put up a fight. He's a good young fella, so no, he's definitely on the up. People like Prince Apollo,
Yeah.
Chasm, Scorch, those sort of guys are really starting to understand it a bit more. And obviously we've got people like Kaitoa and Red Smash. They're killing it at the moment. Those guys. So it's really good to see, but it does suck as well because now I know that my spot's in danger. So I need to really, as the
Oh,
endangered species myself, I need to step up and take some heads off to just put them back in their place. But no, it's exciting, and yeah, we've got people at the academy that have it probably 6 to 8 months away from maybe even having a match, but they're really starting to get it, which is great. So. No, we've got a good crop of people.
well, what's happening is they're getting the baby faces ready for the white rhino to come back through. That's what's happening here. I mean, the evolution. There are some talented people. I'm gonna take a minute and talk about a couple of these guys that you just mentioned. Prince Apollo. I think there's money on that gimmick. I have called it. I have said it. I have shouted it. There with because being a connoisseur of indie wrestling and being able to watch a lot of what's going on in Australia, I see a lot of the talent. I don't see anybody that is rocking this gimmick the way that this kid is doing this right now and is so young. He's got, yes, I'm all for that. Red Smash is another guy that I I think the world of this kid, and I think that the 6 man that they just had, Kato, Rocco Reed, and Smash against the old guard, bruh,
Yeah.
like that was insane. That dude got so much hang time on that damn finish. I I think it drew 1,500 views just in the clip that I put out there. Like I think it was 15 or 1,800 in like 24 fucking hours. I'm not kidding you. Like that was nuts. I
Yeah.
was like, dude, all these talented guys, Katoa. Again, here's another kid that when you get back into the ring and you make that return, like you gotta be kind of licking your chops to a degree because these kids they're young and they're hungry, right? Sure, and they're fucking good. You're gonna be coming back with a chip on your shoulder, right? Like you're coming back
100%. Yeah.
to regain any kind of footwork or any kind of footing that was taken away when you're sidelined with that crop of baby faces that are there, those young guys. Who would you want to size up with if you had your choice? I mean, you get Kato, you've got Red Smash, you've got you. I mean, the young kid Ricardo. I I give him shit because he shoots arrows at people, but uh, you know, there is a lot of young talent there.
Yeah, definitely. Like I've done a little bit with Kaitoa and Red Smash.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd
Yep.
love to obviously get them one on one. Yeah, Ricardo would be awesome. He's a good lad. I enjoy him. So I would love to get in the ring with him. Yeah, a lot of them. Rocco Reed, he's coming up. He's really starting to hit it. Prince Apollo, all those sort of guys. So anyone who's sort of starting to make their way up, who needs to be taken down a peg, would be nice to step in there. And so yeah, no, we've got good opportunities there. So
A
looking
lot.
forward to it. And yeah, it's pushing everyone else. Like everyone else is stepping up their game. Like people like Violet Blitz has just gone to a whole new level.
Yeah.
So I owe her a punch after she powerbombed me not long ago. So there's so many, which is great.
Well,
We're spoiled for choice.
you bring Violet Blitz up, if you punch her in the face, you got the old guard that's gonna be right there. It doesn't seem like a whole lot can happen without them putting their fucking fingerprints on everything. Um, and
Um,
that would shift Shaw to babyface mode. We don't want that right now. We need Shaw to be
no,
mean
no,
and nasty.
don't exactly want that, but no, if they deserve a punch, they deserve a punch. That's just the way it goes. So anyone can get it at this stage. I'm a bit of a grizzled old man that needs to get back in there and start teaching them a lesson. So um, anyone can get it at this point, as far as I'm concerned. Just want to get back in there and get back into it.
I 100% agree. I think that there's so much potential on your comeback with Riot City that it's kind of unlimited. And the kind of the beautiful thing that I like about it is the way that the stories are told within RCW. When you do come back, there's depending on whatever A, B, C, whoever's doing creative, there's a year and a half, 2 years worth of story right there, just within a handful of people with the angles if it's configured the right way and works the right way. There's so much potential that there's so many big man, little man options, and then there's also, I mean, your eyes got to be on the prize of the Grand Championship too. Uh, Truly, I think the between that and the RCW title, it's the only belt that's eluded you. That's got to be on the radar at some point too.
Yeah, 100%. It's always going to be the goal, to get up there and challenge for the championship again. I've had a couple opportunities to challenge for it over my career, but it's always eluded me. So yeah, definitely, it's always going to be the goal. Doesn't matter who holds it, whether it's an old guard or somebody else. It's always going to be the goal. So yeah, just got to work my way back up the rankings and get my name back in there. But it's never going to be out of my sights. But whatever comes first comes first. But one day, hopefully, we can get to there.
Yeah, somebody's getting those hands. That's what's coming first. Somebody's getting those hands, and it doesn't matter who it is. I
Yeah,
think that there's the level of fucking talent that's there, and that's there now, and that's moving forward. It gives a lot of hope for the scene down in your neck of the woods, and it is something that's good to see that these guys have started to follow me, and I'm like, wait, like I get follows from people that I don't know, and I have to go to their profile to make sure, like, because they're still training. They're not on TV, so I don't know who they
yeah,
are. I'm gonna make sure I verify that, like, Riot's following them or Redshaw's following them or whatever. Okay, I got you. You're cool because I don't know. And I hate social
yeah.
media, and it's blessing and a curse. It's a bane of my existence, but it's a necessary evil, unfortunately. Um,
Yeah, 100%. No, there's so many of them, and that's the thing. Like, yeah, you don't know what's what because there's so many of them popping up and so many of them out there, and everyone's trying to step up their social media game, which is good. And you know, it's not just the pressure in the ring; people are feeling the pressure on the social media and on the promos and all that stuff. So everyone's got to elevate every single part of their game. So yeah, it's making it a lot better for everybody. A lot more competition, which obviously sucks for spots, but that's where the good are going to shine through and push their way up.
and even then, it gives others something to aspire to, right? Like
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
this is nobody said professional wrestling was easy, and if you got to fight for your spot, you got to fight for your spot. But I'm a firm believer that you know, just because someone may not believe in you doesn't mean that thousands of others, feel the same way, right? Like you just got to take a lot of the opinions with a grain of salt and continue to push forward because eventually the cream's going to rise to the top. It's
yeah,
just the way it is. It will happen. Um, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with you when you do get to come back to Riot, because I don't want to know anything about it, because I'm gonna lose my shit on a stream when it happens. It's just gonna happen. And have fun with it and enjoy the ride that you're taking us on, because it's fun. It is it's one of those that you can just I would not just you in general, Riot as well. It's one of those feds that you can literally turn off your outside life and just focus in for 2 hours and have a good time from start to finish. And that I think is a big piece of what draws us in and draws us into you guys. It's your believability and connectability with the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's not just the wrestlers at the moment, like the production crew and the announcers, the commentators, everyone is smashing it. And our product just keeps getting better and better. So a big shout out to all the social media crew and the filming crew and all that. I'm sure they're all watching because they're big fans. So I know they are. So shout out to those guys. Without them, us wrestlers would just be nothing. So everyone is just up in their game, and it's amazing to be in and see and be a part of. So it's just going to get bigger and better, and a lot of other companies are starting to. They're not, obviously we're not the leaders of the pack, but everyone else is starting to do similar stuff. So it's awesome to see that everyone else is up in their game around the country. And I was just at a show last night here in Canberra, and their production and everything was amazing. So everyone's up their game, and it's awesome to see. And everyone's looking so good, in shape, great gear. So it's just what you want for Australian wrestling, especially when you got international guys like yourself watching. We want to produce the best product possible. So if they come back.
Oh yeah, for sure. We eh, we stay on top of it. That's for damn sure. I'm telling you, what started with Riot went to PWSA. I think the only thing I haven't seen at this point that I'm aware of is oh fuck, where's Robbie Eagles? Who's he the champion for? Pro Wrestling Australia, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
PWA. Yeah, I think
that's the
he's got a title there. Yeah.
that's the only full show or full Australian product that I don't think I've seen at least one show of over the last couple of years that we've been watching independent wrestling. I cannot say that for the United States. I cannot say that for the UK. And those are our other two competing markets, if you will, if you break what we're doing down to geography. Like
Yeah.
our major markets are Australia and the UK. The U.S. is a close third, but I don't focus on the U.S. because everybody else does. I try and focus internationally.
Yeah.
Focus internationally. The people over there, they give a shit. Oh, somebody's paying attention. Somebody's seeing what we're doing. Oh, that dude's in the States. Yeah, and then we build our audience from there. And that's how our platform started. And now we've just kind of grown into this I call us independent wrestling gurus. So we see it all. I've got guys in the UK. I've now got guys in the States. We're just, it's insane. And I blame Riot City because it started with you guys. So thank you.
No. Thank you. It's been great. The publicity that you guys have given us. So no, we all love it, and we appreciate it so much. And that's what we want. We want the eyes of the world on us. It gives us so many opportunities, and we've had so many great people come out of Riot City that are now killing it in WWE and stuff like that. Zara and
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley and all those guys and girls. So yeah, it's amazing to have the eyes of the world on us, and that's what we appreciate. People like yourself keep giving us a platform to spread it and show it.
See, we haven't talked a whole lot since Delta got called or got signed to NXT. That was such a huge fucking thing, man. I can remember when it's just John and I were actually streaming that Perth show in our Discord server for our just our Discord audience because WWE, so they don't like anyone streaming the shit. They'll copyright you and they'll kick you off there.
Yeah.
We see this package roll of the tryout, and who do we see is prominently featured? Delta and the Perea. And I looked at John. John looked at me, and I said, "Was that?" And then they're back on the screen a second time. I looked at that is, and then they're on the screen a third time. We connected the dots then. They're not going to give TV time, regardless of what they're doing, to people that they're not interested in or that they're not locking down. Um, and
Yeah.
she got that debut, man, and she's in my state. I recently had to move out of Tampa, literally when she was getting going. But I will make
Mhm.
my way down that way to catch because NXT tours Florida, so they get their reps in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go and see her live. I it's going to happen. But when you get that kind of, because that's a big plug too, by the way, like the
Yeah.
WWE and WWE has plugged Riot City specifically a handful of times since then. Once was not too long ago with Rhea Ripley with a Rhea match. I can't remember which one,
Yeah.
but it's been within the last couple of months. She was climbing up on the ring and they shouted out RCW again. That's you can't ask for any better publicity than that right there, right?
Oh, 100%. No, they do an amazing job, and WWE don't have to do that. They don't have to mention anything to do with Riot City or Australia or anything like that. They're their own beast, so they don't have to go and say that stuff. So for them to go out there and say they're from Riot City, from Adelaide, all that sort of stuff, is amazing, and that's just a credit to the coaching team and the staff that we have at Riot City. Like the same person that coached Rhea Ripley, coached Delta, Daria, and now that's where they've become, superstars. So it's a credit to the coaches we have and the people that we have running Riot City. And yeah, for WWE to go out their way and to say that is amazing, and we all get chills every time that gets said, and when we see those girls in the ring.
Excuse me. And I think rightfully so. I think it brings the attention to Australia, which ultimately is what needs to happen anyway. It needs to come to you guys and everything that you're doing down there because it's solid work. If it wasn't, we wouldn't be attached to it 2 years later. If it wasn't, I wouldn't sing your praises. I constantly tell anybody, whether it's on a Beyond the Bell, if it's a promoter via DM or what have you, when anybody asks me what is your comparison, I always say Riot City. If I can compare your product to Riot City Wrestling's product and it stands, then that's what I consider must see television, must see TV for my channel. And there are feds that stand up to that test, and there are feds that don't. And it's either you do or you don't. But that's because you guys set a high standard for what you're trying to get across with the storytelling, with the in-ring work. Like it's the whole package, the production value, the announce, it's all of it. If and
Yeah, yeah,
there's way more that fall short of that bar than that meet that bar. But it's a testament to what you guys have going on. You guys are working hard. I commend you. I commend everybody that is busting their ass down there to make the scene what it is becoming. And you're 1,000% correct. It's just getting started.
yeah, 100%. We're all holding ourselves to a higher standard these days. We're all making sure our production's at its best, promos at their best. Everyone's got the good gear, looking good. Um, we want to show that we're one of the best in Australia, and we can be one of the best in the world in independent wrestling. So yeah, everyone's got that mentality, and everyone's working together for the same goal, which makes it so much easier. We got nobody sort of doing their own shit and trying to do their own way. So everyone's behind the machine. Everyone's pushing for the same goal, and it just makes it such a better environment to be around and be a part of. Because everyone wants to be the best, so everyone's going to push each other to be better. So it's great.
I have to congratulate you. You made it 40 minutes into the episode before you dropped the cuss word. So I am not alone on this episode because I had a potty mouth most of the show. I want to talk to you about something else that's, it's wrestling related, but it's not wrestling related. We had a chance to chat about it when we had you on episode 1 of Beyond the Bell, if you can actually think back that far. We're talking about beers and brawls, and I know that that is still a thing. I still keep my eyes peeled, and I still, if I see it, I share it. Um, you're chatting it up with various people on the scene down that way. Talk to me a little bit about your growth with that project of yours, and what can we expect moving forward?
Yeah, funny you should say that. I've got another episode or a new episode dropping tonight here in Australia, so they'll come out on YouTube tonight. But yeah, it's it's a bit like yourself. I didn't think we would be what are we, four or five seasons in now, over 50 episodes. I only do the one a month, but yeah, it's been crazy that a lot of people that I didn't thought would not want to be on it have been the ones that have been the most keen to be on it. So it's been great fun. I get to learn stuff from them, hearing their stories and their journey and stuff like that. And I get to learn a lot from them, what to do and what not to do in the wrestling, especially the guys that are 15, 20-year vets, to hear their stories and hear what went wrong, what went right, that sort of stuff. So it's been awesome, and it's great to just hang out with people, especially people that I don't sort of get to talk to or see much, to sit down with them for an hour or two and really just talk the shit, really, and yeah, learn a lot about them. It's been a great time. So it's a good little passion project. Yeah, one episode dropping tonight. We're going to have a couple months without episodes just due to a couple things, but once I'm back, we'll be back into it and rip a few more out. So good fun. I'm glad people enjoy it. We're slowly growing, but I'm not really about trying to be 100K followers. I'm just about people enjoying it and having fun, and that's where I'm doing. So yeah.
Yeah, I do want to take a minute to plug something real quick because we were talking about Delta. We were talking Delta Zara. Uh, if anyone out there is watching, if you're listening, I may clip this just to fucking put it out there into the universe. This man had the first interview with Delta on Beers and Brawls, and it was a fantastic show. And I'm gonna link it down below. So if you're watching on YouTube, go down below and click the link. Go do the things. You got her first. Not only that, I've enjoyed several of the episodes. I need to catch up on a lot. But some that stood out to me that I definitely went and saw was Delta's. I saw Mickey Fortune's. Oh my God, you had on somebody. I can't remember the guy's name now. He wasn't from the area. This was like 3 months ago, 4 months ago maybe. I can't remember. There's a lot of great tracks and great interviews that you've done that way, and it's all promoting Australian wrestling, guys. So if you have your fix, just like I do, it's probably a good man to follow and a good show to follow because you're being introduced to all different Australian-based professional wrestlers, and what better way to share your sport? I enjoy the show. I think that it's going to be fun. That you always have a good time with it. And I'm the same way when it comes down to this stuff. I'm going to do it whether anybody watches it or they don't, because it's passion. This is how now we can give back to a profession and to an industry and to guys and girls that may not be seen and deserve to be seen. If you had said
Yeah,
something,
100%.
you just said 2 years ago that we would have the reach that we have now, I would have called you a liar because I didn't think it was possible. Well, this should show you that it is possible, and it's small. It's the small wins. It's like with anything else, right? Like the small gains. You can't you can't do if you come into something with the wrong and the bad intentions and wrong intentions, it's not going to be successful. Period. You know. I don't.
No, right, yeah.
Beers and Brawls is just one of those programs, man. I enjoy it. Um,
No, thank you. I appreciate it. It's yeah, like it's not just the Adelaide-based wrestlers. I'm getting wrestlers from all over Australia when they tour to Adelaide. I'm getting them on the show. So I'm privileged and I'm honoured that they're going to jump on the show with me and stuff like that. So I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate everyone else who's watched it. Yeah, just I'll just keep doing my thing, and we'll keep getting these awesome wrestlers on there to share their stories, because that's what it's all about. I want the eyes on them. It's not about me. It's about them. I want them to get the flowers they deserve for the ones that have been doing it a long time, or for people to get eyes on these newer ones and know what they're all about.
and you get the people that I can't get. So I've got to tune in, and I don't even try. I'm like, nope, I'm sure Shaw's gonna have them at some point. We'll just sit back and wait, and I'm okay with that too. I brother, I'm so looking forward to seeing you get back into the ring. But more importantly than that, it's just great to be able to spend a few minutes and catch up with you, and because you did start this thing, whether you want to admit it or not. Uh, Nobody gave us a chance. Nobody gave us a shot. There were plenty of people who said no, and there was only one person who said yes to begin with, and that was you. That then turned into, I think Katie Trey was the second, or the third interview that we did. And I think Angus Dacey was the fifth. So the first 5 episodes of our Beyond the Bell was wrapped around Riot City Wrestling. I say thank you for that, and for you specifically, because I don't know what would have happened or if this platform would have happened the way that it's happened. I mean that, and I mean that sincerely. And I tell you that more often than not, you're probably fucking tired of hearing it. But it's true. It's because you gave us the opportunity to sit down and just bullshit with you about wrestling and what you had going on. And it's led to so many other things for us as a channel, and I continue to pay it back forward tenfold as many times as I can to you, sir. I cannot thank you enough.
I appreciate it, and no, you guys do great work, and like anything in life, if no one gives you a shot at anything, you're never gonna achieve anything. And I've been thankful over my career that I've been given opportunities to do stuff, and I know what it feels like when you feel like there's nothing there, and all of a sudden someone gives you that opportunity. And also all you need is just need that one opportunity to kick that door down, and the ball starts rolling from there. So you guys have took the ball and run with it, and it's awesome, and I'm so happy to see it, and um, I'm I'm grateful that I could play a little part in it, and hopefully you guys don't get too huge that you forget about me, but
Not gonna
but no,
happen.
I'm very thankful, and everyone loves the show, and everyone is so happy to be a part of it. So no, you guys are killing it.
Yeah, they know when they piss me off now, don't they?
Yeah, I saw that.
They know when they piss me off. Yeah. Uh, Let me ask you this, because I do have a segment that I've added into these shows that I did not have the first time that you dropped by, or the second time when we did a live show watching back your spotlight. Um, and it's simple. You know, in your perspective, from Redshaw, who should we be watching? And what I mean by that is just, names that you think that we should be paying attention to. It could be in Australia, it could be anywhere. Uh, and it could be people that we already know, it could be people that we don't know. From according to you, who should we be watching?
Oh, I guess that's so hard, I guess, because like we said, there's so many great talent. People like obviously in Riot City we got people like Ricardo and um, Principolo and all those coming up, Chasm, Scorch. and even just people like Violet Blitz, Mickey Fortune, who have been around but are just gone up to a whole new level. So it's hard to just sort of pinpoint one or two people, but yeah, watching Riot City as a whole, but even other companies like Slam Pro Wrestling in Canberra, there's guys like Randy Chambers, who's doing really great work. King Vance. There's all these guys and girls that are killing it. So if you're if anyone watching is just stuck for people, just go and watch a Riot City show, a Slam show, ACW show, MCW show, Rampage show. Just pick a show, and you're bound to find 3 or 4 that you'll love and like, and then you can follow from there. Because yeah, I could sit here all day and tell you names of people who you should be watching, but yeah, just pick a few companies and you'll find so many great people. It's so hard to pinpoint.
Okay. Second piece of this question, because it's a two-parter. Well, I'm gonna tell you why I asked you the first is because you did give me some names that I have not heard yet. And what happens is, of course, we have internal spreadsheet that a lot of information is on, and people that we have not seen make that spreadsheet. So eventually, may not be next week, may not be next month, may not be, could be 6 months from now. We'll circle back around and we will find shows that feature those people and be able to take a look at their work at some point in time. Because without you giving the recommendations, like, there's hidden gems everywhere, as we have discovered all over the world, everywhere. You just got to get out of your comfort zone and go look for them. And your recommendations go a long way, just like anyone else who comes in and gives us a time, because you're in the ring with them or you know them. You've seen them and they have registered something with you as someone to watch. And the second piece of this question, this is now this too is it's not necessarily a two-part question, it's a one-part question, but we're manifesting at this point. Redshaw is on the way back to professional wrestling. He's already back in the game through PWSA. I want to know some dream matches. I want to know if people on the scene, on the independent scene, or it could be mainstream. I want to know who Redshaw wants to get in the ring
Oh, yeah. Again, it's a big list, I guess. But uh, right now, probably a few people that I haven't had any one-on-ones with in Riot City. I guess one of them's Hugh Beauty. He's a favourite of mine. I'd love to have one-on-one with him. I still haven't had a one-on-one with Chris Basso, so to have one-on-one with him would be really good. Um, a proper one-on-one with Nick Armstrong would be nice, instead of me wrestling in my street gear. Um, yeah, there's probably like a couple from Riot City that are really standing out. Even Violet Blitz. A few around the place. Could be looking at people like Tommy Knight.
with.
Would be an interesting match.
Pulse fight,
Punch Drunk Istria,
another good one.
from Rampage, those guys. That'd be intense matches. A guy I just watched last night, Randy Chambers from Slam, really impressed me, and I've been singing his praise all night last night, so I would love to have a match with him. Julian Ward from Perth, he would be an awesome match as well. So there's a couple off the top of my head, but again, you probably don't like these answers, but I could just sit there all day and name names. But yeah, there's some cool guys that I'd love to jump in the ring with that I haven't had the opportunity.
It ain't about whether I like them or not. These are who Redshaw wants to get in there and tangle with, buddy, because I'm big into manifestation, and what I have learned over the last couple of years on this channel is that if you put it out there, and I tell you that, like, I'm learning as I'm going. I wish that I realized the power of fucking clips a year and a half to 2 years ago. Manifesting that stuff works. We have been able to get people booked. We have been able to get guests on our shows, dream matches. We have been able to do things that I never thought was going to be possible, but we've been able to do it. So on the same train of manifestation, I want to put it out there into the universe. And again, I say this is clippable because it's going to be. I want to see Redshaw on the World Series of Wrestling. And I want to know how we need to go about making that fucking happen. Who do we need to talk to out there to get you the shot? Because that would be an incredible platform for you to showcase your abilities and showcase what you can do against someone either locally to the market in Australia or with one of the international guys that they bring through. You can have a great match with fucking anybody. I have seen them. I have seen the psychology behind them. Who do we need to talk to?
Well, if I knew that, I'd be doing it. But no, World Series would definitely be. It's definitely on the goal list. So yeah, we're hopefully one day we can definitely get on there. Doing all the things I can, but hopefully my wrestling can do the talking. And once we find the right people, we can start getting onto them. But yeah, it would be an amazing opportunity to get on World Series. So it's definitely something that's on the list. And hopefully in the next couple of years can make that come true. So definitely would love to do that. Yeah.
Well, we're going to. I'm tagging them. World Series. I'm talking to you. Redshaw's in Adelaide. He has been crushing it in Riot City. Give him a shot. You won't be disappointed. Um, if we don't do anything, we're gonna get you booked on a fucking World Series fucking run. I swear to God, it is gonna happen. Um, Man, I truly can't say it enough. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate everything that you've done for us back in the early days in our infancy, all the way through present day. You've always been there when I've sent a DM. You've always been there to just chit chat and bullshit and keep up. You talk about us getting so big that we forget about you. I ain't ever gonna forget about my friends in Riot City. Riot is on my run for 2026. I'm going to make a trip down. I just have to get the show schedule and work it out. I have the ability to make it happen at this point. It is going to happen, but I want to do it on a big show where, it's got to be one of those bigger moments because I get one shot. I get one shot to come down and see this and see it for myself. It's gonna happen in 2026. Also gonna talk to you know other feds in the area because if I can get like a week and get a couple of shows, I don't know how they run with other feds that have welcomed us and embraced us as well. I want to do that as well too. That's kind of my plans. That's my big trip in 2026. So there you go. That's a spoiler. I'm coming down, and we're gonna have a fucking pint. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No, definitely looking forward to that. We'll make it work. We'll get it. We'll look after you and get it set up. So no, that'll be amazing. That'll be great. And yeah, we'll look after you for that.
Yeah, the better half's gonna. He's gonna have to tell him that I'm okay. I'll be fine. Uh, Listen, what do you want to say to the peoples before we get ready to close this out?
Yeah, for anyone who's watching, thank you for watching today. If you're not already, please follow me. Not to sound desperate, but give us a follow, give us a like, all that sort of stuff. But I appreciate everyone's support. Appreciate everyone supporting not just me, but independent wrestling in Australia. And for the people watching today or who will watch this, thank you for supporting CCP podcasting. Like without you guys, Chris wouldn't be able to do this, and he wouldn't have awesome guests on like myself. So thank you for everyone who's tuning in and who's liking all the posts and following and all that sort of stuff. Just get on, give myself and Riot City and all the other companies a follow, and you might find your next favorite wrestler from just following one of the shows randomly, like Chris and the guys have. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say on that.
Absolutely. It's been on the screen the entire show. Right above him, right there. Redshaw keeps it simple on X and Instagram. It's Redshaw Pro. If you want to cruise on over to prowrestlingtees.com/Redshaw, take a look at some of the merchandise he's got. I have a Redshaw shirt. I have not unpacked the complete box for the studio yet. And Smellshaw still exists, and he is in that same box. I think it's with my backdrop and one of my belts too. Need to make that happen. But I've got my own Redshaw shirt, and although it features AMT, and Redshaw don't like AMT no more. If you can support, guys, it doesn't cost you anything to like, share, and subscribe. If you can grab a T-shirt, man, please by all means do that. Mr. Redshaw, it's always a pleasure, sir. I look forward to continue watching you grow, and continue watching what you have going on, and having you back in another end of season 2, maybe. I don't know. We'll call it that. For Redshaw, I am Chris Page. We will see you next time.